Today I'm going to be reviewing the Wildbird Aerial Carrier, which you can see I am currently wearing. My son is 9 months old and I use this basically every single day, multiple times a day. I wanted to do a quick review to tell you if I think it's worth the money, because for a carrier it is pretty expensive. And as a first-time mom, I didn't know how much I was going to use a carrier, if my child was going to like a carrier. I think those are all different factors that you have to take into, like you might want to use the carrier, but your baby might not like the carrier. So there is a little bit of a risk with that. My first opinion on the carrier is I think it's totally worth it. I use, like I was just saying, the carrier, I use it at least once a day. Typically multiple times a day. Got this one because you can do a front carry and you can also do the back carry. Back carry a lot to get things done around the house. And now that he's so big, even at the store, I'll put him back carry. My other favorite thing about this carrier is that it holds a true M shape. As you can see, he is sitting in this and his knees, his knees are all the way up and supported, so there's a true M shape on his hips. And since he's in this every single day, it was really important to me that his hips were actually supported. If you're looking at carriers, I'm sure you've heard of the M shape that you're looking for in a carrier. I've noticed a lot of carriers claim to have the M shape, but they don't actually have the true support. A cool thing about the Wildbird is that down here there is little snaps, so you can make it narrower for when your baby's a newborn, and then you can make it wider as they grow. I'm on the second to last setting for him. I currently have it set up on the straps for back carry. I'll show you guys what I mean in a minute. To go from front carry to back carry is my only thing I kind of don't like about this carrier. It's still supportive when I do front carry, when I have it set up for back carry. So this is the strap set up for back carry. You can see this part is tucked in. So typically you would have this out and this would be ran through here. So now you have that entire strap going across your back, and it is extremely comfortable for front carry. But to go from front carry to back carry, you have to weave this through here, in and out, to go back and forth for the true front and back carry. Since I mostly back carry, I just leave it set up for back carry, and the occasional time when I do a front carry, it's cushiony enough, it's supportive enough. But that's my only thing, is it's like a little tricky to go from front to back carry the way that it's intended to be used in those positions, if that makes sense. I know it's kind of confusing. But anyway, I just leave it set up for back carry and it's no problem, which is nice. And when you're back carry, this is the little pocket where you keep your strap so that you can, this goes across your chest for extra support. Some people take these and tuck them into the pocket here. I never really do that. I just let them hang out. The waistband is nice and comfortable. There is a little buckle and you can, adjust it pretty big and small. This is the extra small to extra large size. There's, I think, a double XL and up size as well. And it's really nice because it has this little sign in the middle, so it says this side up, so you know what side to put it up when you're putting on the carrier, which makes it a lot faster to then put it on. Oh, and if you're curious, I think this is the color Sparrow. I'll put it up on the screen. I wanted the Desert Lark color, which is kind of like an ashier brown color, but I found this one on Facebook Marketplace for like $120, so significantly reduced than the original price directly from the website. If you are looking at this carrier and it's kind of expensive for you, you can look on your Facebook Marketplace near you and see if someone is selling it. So the reason I ended up getting the Wildbird Aerial Carrier and justifying the price was because, like I was saying, I baby wear every single day since he was basically a newborn. I would wear my Solly wrap. I can do a review on the Solly wrap if you guys want. And on my baby registry for my baby shower, I just put a cheap carrier on there. This one is the Infantino one. Yeah, buddy. From Amazon. And I was like, I don't want to put on an expensive carrier. I don't even know if I'm even going to use a carrier, if my baby's going to like it. You know, I didn't know. So I was like, a cheap carrier is fine. This one is $30. Okay, it's Infantino. It claims to have the M shape, but even as a 1 month old, a tiny baby, my son's feet would dangle because this is the part, it's narrow, see? This is where their legs come out of. It's not adjustable or anything. And his feet would dangle even though it's claimed to say that it held the M shape. So it is a cheap option. I don't know, if my husband had to use a carrier instead of setting this one all up for him, maybe he would still use it. If you're gonna use a carrier every once in a while, not really that much, you might get away with this. I don't think it's gonna affect their hips that much if you're using it, you know, like every once in a while you're going to an amusement park, you need it for a day or something, you know, like I'm sure their hip development will be fine. But since I use the carrier multiple times a day, sometimes for hours at a time, I felt like it was really important to make sure we had that wider here so that his hips were being held properly and he wasn't going to have any issues because we do use it so much. But like I just said, if you're going to use it like one time for something, go with the cheap option. You'll be fine. There's also some like extra padding here, which is really nice. I feel like he's really comfortable in it. He's fallen asleep on it, front carry and back carry. I have nursed in it. Carrier nursing like doesn't really work for me. I know some people find it really easily. I just think it's like my anatomy and his anatomy don't really mesh for the carrier nursing, but I have done it. It works. You can nurse in here when they're front carry. I would just recommend wearing a cami under, and then you can lift your shirt up so you're kind of like that's just me, like I like to feel covered up, and you can nurse in it. I have nursed in it successfully. So that is my overall review of the Wildbird Aerial Carrier. I do think it is worth the splurge if you are going to be using it a lot, and especially like me, this is my first child. God willing, I'm wanting to have more children, so it's like it is expensive, but I expect to only have to buy one, you know, like I'm gonna have this one and I can use it for all of my kids to come. So it's worth the money for me, definitely. But I'll show you guys how to put it on real quick if you do have it. So if you're doing front carry, you put the waistband on, right? Okay. So then you would just put this one behind your shoulder across, and then you clip it. Grab the side behind the shoulder across, and you clip it. So I don't know if you guys can see what I mean. I have it set up for back carry. You would have that extra cushion coming all the way down if you properly set it up for front carry. I don't do front carry that often, like I was saying, so I just leave it like this because I'm mostly back carry, which in that case, you grab, instead of going across the shoulder like front carry, you do the same side, buckle and clip for the what is this called? The shoulder pad. Okay, and then you same side, and you make it smaller. Okay, so then I put my baby here. Let's see if he'll model for me. You can put it to the side. And then I like to make sure it's all the way to his knees, so he has that full coverage, hip coverage. And then to the side, you kind of bend forward, and at the same time, I'm like holding his leg like this. So you bend forward. I put this one on. Now he's a little more wiggly. You can only do back carry when they hold their head up well by themselves, which is around 6 months. So then you put them on your back. Ow. And you put this one on. For the first couple back carries, you're probably going to want to have some help just to make sure they don't fall off. Ow, buddy. Okay. And they will probably pull your hair out. And then this is where that little buckle comes in. You buckle it here so you have extra support. You can tighten up the waistband if you need to. And now you are back carrying. Super easy to do things around the house. I usually put him on and clean for like an hour like this and cook dinner, and he's totally happy. He likes to see what I'm doing. So for the back carry, especially if you're by yourself, I found the easiest way to get them off is to sit on the couch. So I'll just sit on the couch, plop down, and just unbuckle these clips. Ow. And that way he's not falling anywhere, and he's just right on the couch. Okay. And he's ready for naps. Hope you found this review helpful. If you are wanting to buy the Wildbird Carrier, I do have an affiliate link. They didn't send it to me like I just told you guys. I bought this on Facebook Marketplace with my own money. I really thought about my purchase. I really do love the carrier. So if you are wanting to buy one, you can buy it through my link. I believe I have a 10% discount code, which is Jasmine Klein 10. I'll put that all in the description if you guys are wanting to buy one or you just want to check them out. They are pricey, so I would suggest like really making sure you think you're going to use it a lot before spend almost $200 basically on a carrier. So anyway, I'll see you guys in my next video. If you happen to be a new viewer, I make videos, all things mom, all things being a girl, beauty, fashion, all of that. So consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys for the next one.